Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good evening. Well, you all look lovely, decked out, very Bondian. The girls look like Bond girls, and the guys look like wannabe Bonds. Or Bond villains. Anyway, yeah, it's very interesting. I walked into the room. This is the 50th anniversary of James Bond, by the way. And 50 years of Bond. And when I walked into the room, I was saying, all right, now where's Sanchez? Where the hell is Sanchez? Where's the Bond poster? I finally found it. It's on the bathroom door to the men's room. I don't know if that's saying anything about how Brandon and Linda feel about License to Kill, but I'm joking. But thank both of you for inviting me here tonight and honoring me this way. I humbly thank you. And Bond, James Bond. I'm going to give you a couple of Bond stories before I commence something else, because you love all of you guys like Bond. The Cubby Broccoli was a very good friend of mine from the Bond films. He was the one that started all the films. And there's a great documentary out. Do you know about it, Everything or Nothing? You should see that documentary because it really shows the struggle of what it made to get to make the James Bond films and bring them to the screen. It also, Everything or Nothing, is an acronym for their company, Eon Productions. And to me, the persistence of that, echoes our military, echoes the men and women that wear our uniform and defend the United States. It's everything or nothing. They give their lives. I saw there's an Aston Martin outside. I had dinner with D.B. Brown in Monaco with Cubby Broccoli one night. He told me the story of how the Aston Martin got into the films. He was telling Sean Connery, they both wanted to get, and Ian Fleming, they wanted to get an Aston Martin for themselves. So Ian put him in the script, and he had told D.B. Brown, he says, listen, if I get this in the movie, I want to have one of my own cars. And the producers were saying it was too expensive initially, and they weren't going to put it in. And finally, Ian said, well, I've got script approval. He said, so they can't make the film unless they put the cars in. So they wound up getting the Aston Martin, giving Ian one, and they had to have a 24-hour mechanic on set with the car at all times. So that's, and then it became part of this history. I also, another funny thing, I got to pick my girlfriend in the film, Talisa Soto. They said to me, we want you to pick your girlfriend, Sanchez's girlfriend. So and Cubby, being sensitive to the actor, said, we don't want you to play Sanchez, we want you to play Bond. Now, who doesn't want to play Bond? I mean, how many guys come on, be honest, raise your hands. How many guys in a mirror, Bond, James Bond? One time of your life. Come on, all right? Right? And how many girls says, of course, James? All right? I want to know that one, all right? All right, so we know it's gotten into our conscious man. So I got to play Bond. I did a subtle English accent, and I did a pretty good job. And 16 actresses and models from around the world, I got to be James Bond to. And when they're looking at the screen tests at Cubby's house, because he had a screening room and everything set up there in Beverly Hills, the director, they're watching the screen test, and the director looks over to Cubby and says, Robert would make a very interesting Bond. And Cubby goes, I think so too. Now I figure those guys it'll be a story I tell people, and they say, yeah, he's full of baloney, you know what I mean? But it's on the DVD of License to Kill, the story that that John Glenn tells about Bond. So anyway, it's great to be here with the 50 years of Bond and you guys all celebrating that. But more importantly, the reason why you're here is this GI Film Festival that Brandon and Linda and the rest of you are supporting, and I urge your support. He read that excerpt from several years ago in the Washington Times. A little bit about myself. I never served. I didn't have the privilege to serve, but my grandfather, who was a Sicilian immigrant, who came over from Sicily at the turn of the century, enlisted in the United States Infantry, and he got 2 Purple Hearts and an oak leaf cluster. My father enlisted after Pearl Harbor. Him and his friends, they went into the Navy. They enlisted into the Navy. And his ship was torpedoed, He was a gunner on a merchant marine ship. There's nothing wrong with being patriotic. My little son comes home from school one day. He's maybe 7 years old. He goes, "Dad, I want to join the Boy Scouts." Guy came to the school. He had a uniform on. It looked cute, you know what I mean? Whatever it was, he responded to that. And I says, "All right." So we joined the Boy Scouts. And one of the things we had done is we went to the Veterans Cemetery on Memorial Day. And I remember driving by, this is in Westwood, I remember driving by this sea of marble white stark tombstones. But on Memorial Day, there would be these flags, a sea of flags. But I never thought, how the heck did they get put up? Well, I found out. The Boy Scouts come in at 6 o'clock in the morning, and each one of them plant the flag, they recite the name of who's buried there, and salute them. So that led me to believe, and that led me to then to go into the article that I wrote, how Nickelodeon would have an Earth Day, and you'd have all these celebrities hosting an Earth Day. And I'm all for an environment. I'm not stuck in the scope trials. I mean, let's get on with energy and everything else. I'm open to all of this stuff here. I'm not, let's explore. But let's not, deny, why isn't there, like I said, on Nickelodeon, a Veterans Day, a Memorial Day? Why isn't there a day dedicated to that? Luckily, you guys on the Pentagon Station have this happening now. Is that correct? And hopefully, through the work of Linda and Brandon and all of you supporting this, it's so important. And so all I can say is thank you very much. I'm very honored. God bless all of you. God bless America. And have a couple of shaken, not stirred.